software. Join us now and share our software. Hunters can get piles of money. But they cannot help their neighbors. When we have enough free software and when I call, we'll throw out these dirty license sounds evermore. When we have enough free software and when I call, we'll throw out these dirty license sounds evermore.
How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a different time from when we would normally stream. Normally it would be at like 8 p.m. my time. I was like, hey, let's just stream during the day for once and see what happens. You know, we'll give a stream to you guys for once so you can actually see something that happens live on this channel. Maybe it's a bad idea. Maybe no one's gonna be here, but it seems like we got a couple of faces today. Got a couple of faces here. What distribution is it? Okay, with the way that I'm testing Cosmic is I'm testing it in a virtual machine with the Pop! OS ISO that they provided. The one that you can get over on the... Oh, right, I disabled that. So I'm still technically running... Like, I'm still running KDE, right? Like, my main system is still running KDE. But the VM is running Pop! OS. So if you want to grab that, I put the link in the chat already, but Pop! OS Cosmic. This one? Yes, this one. If you want to go and grab it for yourself, you want to go and test it, this is the thing directly from the System 76 guys themselves, the Pop! OS team themselves. So this is the easiest way you can go and test it, but there are instructions over on Fedora and NixOS. This leads generally to just the distro's instructions themselves. So your mileage may vary in the quality of the packages on those other systems. I thought I would just quickly note something. If you notice window rounding, not being respected by the borders, it is not Cosmic's fault, but rather a weight limitation. I'm in talks with people. Okay, so what I did before, I haven't properly fully tested it yet. I got the virtual machine running. I did like a little bit to make sure it's just working and the VM doesn't instantly crash, but most of the testing we're going to be doing is like actually in this. So I'm going to bring my notes here as well. Are we going to be on the second screen? You guys don't need to see all the notes unless, I don't know, I want to show you the notes. But I'll be taking notes throughout this as well. And if there's anything that you want me to test, feel free to let me know and I will happily mess around. Do it bare metal. Firstly, I don't want to compile it on Arch, because right now, that's the way you install it on Arch. There isn't binary packages for it yet. The only way you can install it is compiling all of the desktop from source, which I don't want to do, frankly. Like, not right now, at least. Maybe I'll do it later, but not right now. It's Friday. The least you can do is wing it in production hardware. Look, if I was going to run on hardware, do you want to know what I would run it on? Okay, so this is what today's stream was going to be. I will get to Cosmic in just a moment, but I do have a fun little toy that I want to show you guys. This is the meme version, but how many of you know what I have in my hand right now? Let's see if anybody can guess specifically what sort of laptop this is. Oh, it has a chaotic AUR package? I will check that out afterwards then. Anybody know? Do you know specifically what kind of Chromebook? This is a Chromebook of some description. Do you know what this Chromebook is, though? Just have a guess. Just have a guess of the CPU generation. Let's see if anyone's gonna Chromebook from Wish. It might as fucking well be. We have one person who got it. Yo, Rygard, how's it going? So this is a 2013 Ivy Bridge Pixel Chromebook. This is a core-booted Pixel Chromebook currently running Ubuntu. We will do a stream on this thing as well. Don't worry about that. I will get to this at some point. It was supposed to be last week, but I forgot to, and now we're doing Cosmic. I have a less stupid device showing up as well. How many pixels? 2560 by 1600. It's a stupid device. I have an 11th gen Chromebook also showing up. That's the less meme device. We will also when I get that one, that's what this is going to be for. This is a little debug board that we're going to use to. Don't focus on my hand, focus on the chip. This is a little debug board that we're going to use to core boot the 11th gen Chromebook when that shows up. That will be when it shows up. I think it's supposed to show up in September, because it's getting shipped from America, because we don't have that many Chromebooks here. Anyway, let's get to Cosmic. We'll talk about the Chromebook stuff another time. Yeah. Here we go. And virtual box. Yes, I could use GNOME boxes. I'm not. That's the only reason why I'm not. Close that. Cosmic book. Yeah, so at some point I'm gonna run really stupid things on that Chromebook. My brother had the original prototype Chromebook. He hacked it and played Minecraft on that thing. Why not QEMU? Because I have VirtualBox installed. Also, I've noticed it does this sometimes with their ISO. So it seems like their ISO is not completely cleaned up. It still, in some places, mentions Ubuntu. I don't know if regular PopOS does that. Also, when you boot it, you get a bunch of errors. We don't need to worry about the errors, though, because it doesn't seem to cause any problems. We're just going to ignore those errors exist. And, yeah. So, in case anybody wants to break into my virtual machine, the password is password. Because they don't let me do password because they have, like, dictionary checks, which is sensible. But it also means I have to put a password that's not password for my virtual machine. I don't want to do that. Anyway, welcome. In a moment, when it boots. Welcome to the Cosmic Desktop. So where's my notes? Did I close my notes? Why did I close my notes? What the hell? I opened them for a reason. Let me just reopen those. Why a virtual machine? Because I don't want to do it on hardware. That's why. Well, I'll probably do hardware stuff later. Not today. Maybe in like a following stream, I'll do that. But Cosmic Desktop. That's what I was going to call the notes. Cool. Why does Cosmic look like GNOME? Do you want to know why it looks like GNOME? Because the developers have been using GNOME on their operating system for the past since there's been a System 76. That's why. Also, if you are using the ISO, it doesn't automatically set your time. This is a problem with the ISO, not a problem with Cosmic, because the ISO is thrown together just basically to work for the most part. Yeah, so if you want to test it, keep that in mind. So I've made some very, very minor modifications so far. The only modification that I've made is basically moving. It's slightly cut off, but there is a desktop switcher up here. That is not enabled by default. Also, you can't right-click on the desktop to open things, which is annoying. So there is no desktop from what I can tell on Cosmic. Like, it's just a wallpaper, which, you know, for some people is fine. For others, maybe you're one of those people that like icons on KDE. Maybe you're one of those very rare people. I don't know why you are, but we can open that by pressing the super key. This brings us open like this is like your crunner. This is your launcher thing. So I think we can get to our settings from here. Yes. So I've got tiling also enabled. We'll just set that back to floating for now. So I think if you do meta and then left click, you can drag windows around. I don't think you can resize. No, you can resize. I thought this wasn't enabled yet. Okay, so you do have left click movement and right click resizing. I thought Carl said that wasn't in the ISO yet. Pop OS came out in the end of 2017. Yeah. They've been using GNOME for a long time. Yo, DT, how's it going? I was fortunate enough to catch the stream before bed on my last beer of a sixer. Hey, brother! Well, it's a good way. That's a good way to deal with your Friday. Absolutely respect that. With the settings menu, it is very. How do I get to the main part of the settings menu? Actually, I think. Can we actually go back to the main part? Okay, so there's no like main overview part of the menu. The settings menu is each of these little bits here. So right now the settings menu is also very, very bare. So you're going to notice a lot of things you sort of expect to be there just don't exist yet. Like, as an example, let me just I've got to do it like this. As an example, let me just open up the KDE settings menu. So KDE has arguably too many settings, right? But to be fair, there's a lot of things in here that you probably would want. There's a lot of things you can't really set with Cosmic right now. So one thing that does really bother me is the way that window focus works. So how do you guys like window focus? Do you like click to focus or like focus follows mouse? What is your preferred way of doing it? Hover to focus? Yeah, that focus follows mouse is what some call it, but yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Hover to focus, focus follows mouse, gotten used to focus follows mouse, okay, we have some click to focus enjoyers. Okay. Focus follows mouse, click, focus follows mouse. Wow, I'm honestly surprised by how much of a split it is. So right now, as you could probably tell from my cursor and it not focusing, right now it is click to focus only. And that's the other thing. Right now, there isn't a setting, at least from what I can tell, for changing the way focus works. So right now, it is only click to focus. You can obviously do mouse keyboard shortcuts to focus as well. So all of this is one thing I do really like about Cosmic. All of the, how do we, input devices? Some of the settings is kind of weirdly laid out. Okay, keyboard shortcut. So shortcuts are under input. No, they are. So keyboard shortcuts are under the keyboard settings. They don't actually have like a separate area. It's like, I'm just going to keep going back to KDE because KDE is a good example here. So in the case of KDE, if we go to shortcut, I guess it is the same here. No, okay, take back what I said. No, it is the same. I thought shortcuts were like more easily accessible. Okay, no, it is basically the same. We'll get to the search in a moment. But all of the, I'm not focused on the VM. The VM froze. Okay. This is what happens when you do things in a virtual machine. I do really like how the settings are laid out. While people rag on the Windows 11 handling of settings, I still think UI looks good and Cosmic does it well. I think Cosmic will do it well when it's been like expanded out more. Ds are so complicated, Emacs is all you need. So here is our settings. So all of like the window management settings. I don't know if the window movement settings also apply. Okay, so some minimize is not bound by. Why is maximize on Super M? That's a weird one. Also, if you have the dock down here and you maximize, it is going to expand the dock out. So you don't just have like this weird like part of your wallpaper down here. I'm personally a fan of all right, here's the other thing. So with the bindings, this is something that I was told about, which is kind of funny. If we press Super F, so this is the way that it would work for most. Sorry, that's this is my gameplay layout. I didn't change it. I'll remove that. Oh, right. There's also other weird bindings I'm not a fan of. So the way that you do keyboard shortcuts right now, you might notice this is a text field. This is the way that you have to set them currently. You have to actually type them, which is funny. This is obviously not intended long term. Eventually, that's gonna be changed. I think when we go add binding. Oh no. Okay, so that so you can actually have double bindings. Okay, so you can have multiple things bound to like, or multiple keys bound to the same action. The virtual machine is going to freeze up quite a bit. Is it actually fully frozen? No, it's the setting. Maybe it's not the virtual machine freezing. Maybe it's just the settings actually freezing. Has anyone noticed freezes in Cosmic? I've not, again, I'm not testing it on hardware, so I can't confirm if it's also there as well. Yes? Beyond, wait. Focus on the mouse has the problem that if you want to scroll page of documentation, you can't keep focus on the documentation. Do I? Well, yeah, I've hardware. I think the settings have completely frozen, actually. It doesn't seem to have any visual indication of a window freezing. Like, in KDE, if a window freezes, it, like, grays out the window. I think if a window has, like, frozen... Oh, now we're back. I think if a window freezes, it doesn't actually have an indication of it. That's interesting. So I think if we go... Is it system? Where are we going to find hotkeys? Here we go. So open home folder. I guess that's the binding to open up our file manager. Yes. Freezing is normal. It's the ICE library. So theoretically, if we go, how do we do Alt? Do we just type Alt? I'm going to assume that's the way that works. I didn't set it. Why didn't it set it? How do we actually set the binding? Alt plus F? Do we just like click off of it? How do we... Because add binding adds another layer there. How do we actually save the binding? Might be enter. I'll try that. The setting, also if you delete a line, it seems like the settings will just freeze up for a moment. Plus F. It did something. It's return. I do hear people talking about ice freezing the official chat. Always report bugs. It seems like the settings are... Like, the whole VM's not frozen, so it seems like the settings are very prompt to freezing. Because that's the... Like, the settings is the only thing I've seen actively freezing. The other things seem fine. To be fair, the settings are, like, very... wonky, from my understanding. Must be writing to a config. Okay, I'll show you how the configs work, because the way the configs work is really odd. Often it's enter to save and escape to discard. Oh, okay, so we added a second line there. Okay, so theoretically now if I press that, it should open the file manager. Okay, awesome. So now if we delete that, the settings are really, really buggy right now. Yeah, the settings are just, like, very, very unstable. Every time I change something, it freezes. I'm gonna hope this is just a virtual machine problem. I'll test it out on hardware afterwards and see if that actually has a difference. I want to see the apps menu. How do we open the apps menu? Applications? Is that how we open it? Keep in mind, virtual machine again. Super A. Has the virtual machine frozen? It's like in a weird half frozen state. Okay, workspace is opened. Let's open applications. Here we go. Okay, just took a moment to open the first time. Cool. Okay, so this is our application launcher. So I think we can make folders here. Yeah. Okay. So if we make like, I don't know, cosmic apps, save. (2002) icon? No, definitely not 2002 icon. That's a 2002 icon. So then I guess we can just like drag that into that? Is that how that works? No? Wait, how do we put them in there? Do we right click it? Do we open the wait. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I thought that was the folder. That makes sense. Oh, wait, the folder's down the bottom. I'm stupid. That was me just being dumb. So then we drag that into there. No. Yes? Yes. How many crashes so far? We've not seen a crash. It does lock up quite a bit. It might just be your connection. No, I'm definitely not. I'm in like the overview, because otherwise that would be the single window. No problems. Should we just swap over to GNOME boxes and just see if GNOME boxes has a better showcase? We can do that. Sure. We'll go do it in GNOME boxes. I don't actually have GNOME boxes installed. I have hardware acceleration enabled. Otherwise, the desktop wouldn't be opening. It doesn't support software acceleration right now. How much are they paying you? They're not paying me anything. You can pay me if you want to, but they're not paying me anything. Oh god. So I disabled some of the keys in KDE just so I could use the meta key. So I can't actually drag the window with Cosmic with KDE. So I've got to close it from internal, or I could I guess I could probably quit out of VirtualBox, like actually kill VirtualBox. Okay, there we go. We're good. No, we're still fairly close to the start of the stream. VirtualBox, maybe? Question mark? Yeah, did full install my PC. I'm not seeing those freeze in the launcher or the settings screen. Huh. Wait, maybe is Pop! OS any good? Maybe it's good. I don't know. Install Cosmic Bare Metal. I'm not installing it bare metal. That's not going to happen. I'm not doing that today. Why VirtualBox not? Because I have VirtualBox installed. That's why. Will I ever continue? Well, I'll have to restart it because I kind of Deleted that VM. A 1 month cosmic challenge when? Maybe, look, maybe it's gonna be smoother in GNOME boxes. Or maybe it's smoother on hardware. I don't know. But as it, like, at least in VirtualBoxes there, it did not have a very good showing. It was running nicer yesterday. What's the easiest way to install GNOME boxes? Flatpak? Okay, here we go. Install -- user. Here we go. It very well could be. Thank you for the... Wait, I can't even see it. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Wait, am I on the wrong stream elements? I might be. Okay. Fun wallpaper. Yeah, this was going to be one of the default wallpapers on KDE. If I didn't enable hardware acceleration, the desktop wouldn't have opened. It could just be VirtualBox being garbage. That's entirely possible. Yeah, you can do it in a virtual machine, but you need to enable hardware acceleration. It should just work with GNOME boxes. No, you can use VirtualBox, and I did have hardware acceleration enabled, otherwise it wouldn't have opened. But look, VirtualBox might just be really terrible. I've not used GNOME boxes, so this will be interesting because I don't actually know how it's going to go. But hey, you know, this is what happens when we do things live. Sometimes things break. GNOME boxes will fix it. Trust the plan. Okay, I'll trust the plan. Look, maybe I should have just installed GNOME boxes ages ago. Honestly, the only reason I've been using VirtualBox is because I have VirtualBox. Love the King Heart stream over here. Thank you. I made that myself, actually. Trust the flan. VirtualBox is literally potentially dangerous for some people with how broken its forced graphics modes are since 6.1 are. I don't know what that is. Australian internet? It's already downloaded it. Now it's just doing the Flatpak stuff in the background. Why are you using Flat... we're not gonna argue about whether Flatpak or regular packages are better. That's not gonna happen. Use KDE boxes. Okay, that should just open up in a moment. Use NixOS. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay. With trust instantly, sure. Now, how does this program work? Select an ICE, install from a file, I guess is how we do this. I have literally no idea how to use this program. Downloads, hit the plus. Okay, so I'm on to a good start then. Okay, there's our ISO. Operating system not found. Pop OS. There we go. And we'll just put it there. It's close enough. And we'll give it... I guess we'll give... That's probably fine. We'll give it 30. We'll give it 30 gigs. And 16 gigs of RAM. Create. Click UEFI. It was booting fine off of BIOS, so it's probably fine. Okay. I guess this works. Popcorn OS. Yes, Popcorn OS. And now we wait. It already seems like it's running nicer than it did in VirtualBox, and we're just doing the installation. Forced installation demo. Yeah, this is what you're gonna get. Since we're gonna swap over to this. You just now have to accept it. Yeah, I don't like it when I see fails during the booting. It's not on by default. Okay, sure. We'll start again then. How do we stop this? Force shutdown. Delete? Okay, let's try that again. So, you say it's not enabled by default. How would we enable it if it's not enabled by default? I don't use this program. On the top right. There's no hard... What? Yeah, I'm not going to modify the CSS right now. With the VM open. I see. God, where is it? That one. You shouldn't have to change anything. You have to enable it in the VM. Okay. Sure, we'll set it to UEFI this time as well. Don't reset the settings. Someone said 50. We'll just give it 50. I'm aware I deleted the VM. Yes, I'm aware that I clicked that. Top right. Preferences, I guess. Hardware. Why is that not enabled by default? Okay. There. Now, do we have to restart it now? Or is it just going to be fine like that? How do we restart it? Restart. Okay. Force shutdown. Okay. Let's try that again. Real men test in production. Thank you for the follow, Drain God. Appreciate it. Okay. GNOME stuff is so unintuitive. Why would hardware accelerate? Okay, here's the question, right? Is there a situation where you wouldn't want to enable hardware acceleration? Like, on a modern operating system. Obviously, if you're testing something old, sure, whatever. But on a modern operating system, is there a reason? And if there is, what is that reason? Yes for TempleOS. Okay, these are the warnings I saw earlier on the other one. We don't care about those ones. Okay, this is different. Are we good? Yes, maybe? Okay, much better. M08. Yes, that's definitely correct. We are English. We are Australia. We are Australia. Clean install. Clean install. Okay. Password. 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 Assuming I matched them. There we go. And we don't need to encrypt it. Who cares about encryption? Encryption's cringe. This isn't a VM, yeah. That's why you're seeing this window up here. Yes, it is in a VM. Yes, it's in a VM. Okay, this is attempt number 2. Why is encryption cringe? Because I'm going to delete the virtual machine after the stream's over anyway. You can make it full screen in the menu. Yeah, I did spot that there. How do I get out of full screen? Oh, you can click at the bar. I see. Okay. You're an Aussie. You don't speak Australian. My super secure password is DT. Everyone knows your password is DT. I don't know if that one would be allowed, because they have a dictionary check with PopOS, so you might not actually be able to use, you might not actually be able to use a 2-letter password. Encryption is just deleting your own data with extra steps. True, though. Encryption, but the password is public. That's the real way you do it. Ooh, a Brodie stream. Welcome to Brodie had a virtual machine. People were telling me the virtual machine sucked, so we're trying a different virtual machine. If you can't use super strong complicated password, whatever will do. Why encrypt if it's just your own PC? Yo, Richie, how's it going, man? Embrace decryption. Chat AI says viewers are discussing the difficulties they encounter while using the Linux operating system, particularly in relation to hardware acceleration. Holy shit, the YouTube AI, what do you call it? So YouTube has this feature now where it will, like, use AI to give you a summary of what's going on in chat. I think that's the first time I've ever seen it be accurate. Is Cosmic on Arch yet? There is an AUR package, and apparently there's stuff on the AUR as well. So, yes. How did my viewers go up to 460 when my virtual machine died? I hate all of you. I hate every single one of you. When I'm actually doing the thing that matters, none of you are here. When I'm watching it, you know, I'll give you more of what you want. Here you go. Now you get to see. Okay, it's not actually showing it. This is. Oh, there you go. Now you get to see terminal logs. This is the content you're actually here for. You're not here for me. You're not here for anything happening in Cosmic. This is what you actually want. I can just leave, and my viewers will go up. Terminal, that's my favorite. What happened? Yeah, we're here to watch you suffer. This wouldn't have happened on Fedora. This is PopOS. This is the thing provided by the developers of Cosmic. We are here for the NVIDIA drivers moment. Luckily, I'm not using NVIDIA drivers. Reaction button makes the reactions appear as well. I'm aware. I was supposed to hide it. At least it's binary based, not source based. Yeah, if I was doing this on Gen 2, I would have given up. Like, you know what? Stream doesn't have to happen today. We'll do it another day. Can you embiggen the text? I don't know. The answer, I'm gonna say no. None of the key bindings, I would assume, make the text bigger. Serpent OS is a package for Cosmic. Bro, this is a third time we told you about the button. Just hide it. Well, look. Yeah, I'll hide it. I'll do it after the stream. Stream the compile. Can you connect to NAS on the network? I don't have a NAS, but yes. It's still installing. How to pronounce Shika noko 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 koshtantan. There you go. That's how you pronounce Shika noko 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 koshtantan. Real men compile. Real men have other things to do. Brodie, are you a programmer? I've wondered for a long time. I have a software engineering degree. I am not employed as a developer, but I do know how to code, yes. Isn't Pop OS super outdated? This is the ISO they provide specifically for testing Cosmic. As you can tell from the Pop OS 24.04 LTS. This is their new one, not the old one. Brodie-chan, thank you. Yamero! Takeshi Yamero! Ore wa sexu ni naru! There you go. Do you want me to compile it for you? Yes, please do that. Put it on the AUR as well. Make a binary package. I can't wait for Cosmic to come out in the official art repos. That will be very nice. I will appreciate that. This is publicly available, yes? Yes, check the link in the that's pinned at the top of the chat. Or the bottom of the chat, wherever it shows up. How do I get chat summary? I have no idea where this feature is. People keep telling me that this thing exists. I have no idea where it exists. I tried Cosmic, it was on the AUR. It is in the AUR. You just have to compile it. It's been in the AUR since, like, a year ago. Make sure you do an apt update after you install, just in case. Might not upgrade after install. Well, I shouldn't need to install anything. There shouldn't be anything I need to install. Unless there's, like, updates to Cosmic, I guess. Real men build their kernel in JavaScript. Yeah, brother. I want to upgrade. I've had longer hair longer than 1.25 inch since 2003. As soon as you notice as soon as I start going bald, that's when all of this is gonna go. I will embrace being bold as early as I need to do so. I have no issue with that. Brodie, what's your opinion on blazing fast Rust here? Well, I don't want to compile it on my system. Who the hell went bold? Not me. Not at all. Nope. Definitely not. I will test the chaotic AUR binaries afterwards. Maybe we'll do another stream next week on that. I don't know. I want to eventually mess around with the Chromebook as well. So I'll decide. How have I not noticed? Are you British? Can I ban you? No, I'm not British. Am I early? No, this is VM number 2. Will you become a Luddite if you go bold? I'm British, by the way. Imagine being British. Imagine having the terminal illness British. I used to have hair down my ass. I did as well. I've shown the pictures in earlier streams before. Isn't Cosmic Fedora already real? There's a atomic uBlue. I think uBlue has a cosmic ISO or cosmic build. Are we there yet? It's been saying 70% for the past 10 minutes, so we'll be there when we're there. Brodie does sound British. Oh, Robertson does sound British. Oh, there we go, 90%. Well, I do have, like, family ties to, like, the UK, because that's where most people in Australia came from if they came in, like, the early parts of the country being formed. Shrimp on the Barbie. Is your dad actually named Robert? No, his name is Milford. That's not a joke. That's... What do you day-to-day use? Right now, KDE. Dang new Brodie law. Okay, let's shut down. I guess we need to, like, detach the ISO. It just does that for us. So I guess if we just click it again, then it should just boot into thingy, into the cosmic thing. Theoretically. How do I make it, wait. It's still got the ISO attached to it. How do I actually boot into the thing. And not boot... How, I don't use... Do I click this? Eject the ISO. How do I do that? Okay, here we go. Remove that. There we go. Why is it not removing it? Why isn't it... GNOME boxes! Wait, maybe I have to, like, force the shut... Okay, I have to maybe I have to make sure it's shut down. GNOME boxes, everyone. GNOME boxes, everyone. Okay, let's kill GNOME boxes and restart GNOME boxes. Now it's become a GNOME boxes stream. Okay. Better. Okay. Devices. Remove. Remove. Okay. Just took 12 times before it removed it. Now we should be good. Yes. I don't know what those errors were. We're not going to think about them. It's booting. Okay. No, it's not. Shut up. It's not. It's not. No, it doesn't get disabled like that, does it? No, it's still enabled. Good. Good. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Brodie's PC seems weak. Your PC seems weak. See, what do we have in terms of... Can we, like, modify... Hold up. Maybe we need to also make another change. Give me a sec. Preferences. Does it use as much of your CPU as it wants? Or how does that work? We can't touch how much of the CPU it's getting, so I guess we just have to... accept whatever... Oh, there it is. 12. Okay, no, it's fine. It's used my CPU properly. Good. Okay. Password. Why is... Okay, there we go. Good. Okay. Fine. What CPU do I have? A 3600X. I need to upgrade at some point. I am well aware of this. GNOME boxes does not know what to do with my cursor. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna ignore that. Okay. I think we're fine now. Okay, let's go cosmic settings. And let's raise up the resolution. Monitor. No? Where's the setting? Wait, what is that under? Displays. Ah, here we go. Keep changes. Why has it done that? Pfft. Hello? Bar? What do you... Okay. If you resize, apparently... it does weird things sometimes. Where did my notes go? Hold up. Oh, there they are. I put them behind the thing. Okay. Take 2 at doing the virtual machine. Okay. Now, watch everything we did be a complete waste of time. Watch it operate the exact same way. Let's click that. It already seems smoother. Apologies for anyone who's photosensitive. Oh, now it's working. It's smoother because it was flickering more before. Has anyone seen that before? Workspaces flicker. Check the VM's graphics driver. Settings, preferences. Where do I even look for that? Oh, we can't change that one. No, go away. He got the flat packs. Everything should be bundled. Yeah, it should be fine. Has anybody seen that issue before, where where this sometimes flickers? Is it Super W to open that? Not me. It could be a virtual machine issue. That's not a GNOME Boxes moment. It also happened on the other one as well. It seems much smoother. Mostly. Yes, on VM and in hardware. Brodie, do you have a stream mod? I do. I don't know if he's here. Okay. We're not using another virtual machine. No. Okay. Let's go to settings. Currently it is required, yes. Okay. Let's go modify our shortcuts, theoretically. So, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Add binding, super, plus, alt, plus, F, enter. Okay, it might have just been the other one. So, if we do that now, does it work? Yes. Okay. VirtualBox is a bad way to test it. Don't test in VirtualBox. Okay, much better. Right, I was going to tell you about how the settings work. Let's go in. Oh, while we're here, actually, file manager. So, what is missing from this menu? What is like the main thing missing from this menu? Obviously, there might be other things missing. Specifically for something you might want to see in your home directory. Folders, insert, hidden file. There we go. Okay, a couple of people got it. There is not a hidden files option. There is a way to see hidden files. So if you go to, where is it? Right, it's under view. So there is a binding for it. So we go Control H. That will let you do it, but there's no option in the context menu here. I think it's a fine binding, but a lot of people like having an option right here to do it. So let's go into the .config. Okay, so this is where all of our Cosmic configuration is done. Is there a context menu? Yes, that's what I'm showing you right now. So you might notice there's a lot of stuff in here. So Cosmic does configs in a very odd way. Every single setting is its own file. Let me show you. So here is the panel. Here is the V1 folder. Okay, there's nothing in there. Okay, bad example. Very bad example. Shortcuts. V1. Okay, actually, I think this one might have it all shared. This might be a different example. I gotta get bed. Take care. Enjoy, DT. Yeah, this might have actually been a bad example. Yeah, okay, this one is a bad example. What was a good example? Workspaces? V1. There's a good example here somewhere. Where did the I found an example yesterday. Okay, here we go. Cool. So, in here, this setting, this is a single setting in a single file. In this case, it's the the last opened page in the settings. Let's go and actually change some stuff so we can actually see some stuff. Because that example went much worse than I thought. So it doesn't have the default settings in there. The default settings are loaded elsewhere. Let's go and change. Okay, let's go to our panel. Oh, actually, let's change this. 24-hour time. Let's see. What else do you want to change? Let's set a gap. Okay, so it still seems like the settings will lock up a little bit. It just not as much. Let's make the background opacity. How many crashes have happened? None have happened. But we're definitely getting... Yeah, that one is state. That one is state, but it is in its own file. This is a thing that KDE does, right? In KDE, it bundles state and settings together. Oh, why is it change size? Why does that happen? No. Why did that happen? Yeah, dragging this slider locks everything up. This could be a virtual machine storage problem. I feel like that's what this is. Hope Brodie isn't using encryption on his VM. I'm not using that. Yeah, the other thing is that it saves the settings as soon as you change them. Use the arrow keys? I don't think you can use the arrow keys. Yeah, they don't do anything. Yeah, it's saving saving changes. This probably isn't a problem on like hardware, but it is locking up really badly. I'm using a 7200 RPM hard drive. Which, regardless, it shouldn't be locking locking the settings up. It shouldn't be locking the settings up like that. That shouldn't be happening. Let's go to the dock settings. Oh, which is let's configure dock applets. Or wait, dock is which one? Dock, I think, is that one up there. Yeah, dock is that one. So let's add an applet. Numbered workspaces. Oh, no, the dock is that one. Oops. No, I don't want that one down there. Let's remove that one. I guess it's the panel. Well, the thing is with the dock and the panel is they're like arbitrary things. They don't actually matter. Technically, these are just panel. You can, like, you can do whatever you want with them. Okay, configure panel applets. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Add numbered workspaces. Okay, that's what I wanted. Put that one up there. No, I don't. No, I didn't. No. Oi! No, that can go back down there. And that one here. I have a feeling some of these problems are more virtual machine problems. Rather than actual issues with Cosmic. I will have to test it more on hardware. Just to see what actually is a real problem and what isn't. If it doesn't work properly in two different virtual machines, it's either virtual machines or Cosmic. Is there a way to turn on Windows shadows? Can we like reload a folder? I don't think we can reload Can we reload folders? Is that a thing? Unless it automatically reloads them. Wait, hold up. Let's actually test that. So, let's, what is the terminal? Okay, so, touch, ticket. Yep, exactly. Touch, file. Okay, it just automatically reloads the folder. Okay, so it doesn't need to do that then. Yeah, no, you don't need to reload it. I think it must do something in the background that's, like, magicking it to, like, detective files appear. You actually can't reload the folder. I'm pretty sure. I'm not seeing any reload option here, but it doesn't really matter. This isn't GNOME. This is Cosmic. What are you talking about? Text changes. Okay, let's go into our... Let's go into the settings again. Let's, like, do some sort of theming. Okay, so how do we theme? How does that work? Appearance, I guess? I would probably put appearance as, like, a separate thing over here. It seems like desktop has a lot of... Like, the desktop section here, it feels like there's a lot of stuff crammed into this. Appearance probably could be its own... Like, appearance and wallpaper, I would probably put over here. Because that seems like... Like, desktop is just... It's a good catch-all, but it feels like too much of a catch-all, right? I kept getting lost in the settings. That's fair. Appearance allows you to change colors. Yeah, I'm aware. Okay, so here we go. Let's make a theme. So, no, I don't want to automatically switch between light and dark mode. Let's set an accent color. So, okay, this isn't automatically saving. So this must save right at the end. Let's set this to that, I guess. And then does that... Oh, it froze again. Does that... Oh, okay, so when you drag it around, it will try to automatically apply it. That feels like a way... I think okay. Yeah, trying to drag this around in the VM is not going well for me. Activates when you stop holding, I think. That makes sense. We are having a lot of issues related to rights, I think. I don't know how much of this is actually Cosmic's fault. Why not install on hardware? Because they said it could be tested in a virtual machine. Like, they specifically said you can test in a virtual machine. If this is how it behaves in a virtual machine, your hard drive is dying. I can assure you my hard drive is not dying. Blame NVIDIA? I'm not using NVIDIA. They recommend either GNOME boxes or VirtualBox. Yes, here's the other thing. This is what I said about the KDE people, right? If your system doesn't operate properly on a hard drive, you've written a bad piece of software. Like, hard drives are a completely valid way to operate. Use theme accent as active window hint. What does that mean? Active window hint. Is this still early access? Just put it on the Chromebook already. That would be very funny. On Arch, by the way, it takes forever to compile all the Rust crates. Okay, that did a thing. So let's change this from round over to... Let's just put this on, I guess... Let's put it on square. Any thoughts on Pop! OS 24.04 with Cosmic over 22.04? At this stage, it seems like it's really, really, really buggy. At least in the virtual machine. Like, really slow and basically unusable. Would this work on a potato like a Chromebook? Maybe. I don't know. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And then I guess... So, all right, window hint is the border. Right. So let's change that to... I blame JavaScript developer. And here's the thing, right? It's just the settings that are freezing up. So it would be one thing if the whole VM was freezing. It seems like it's just freezing on writes, though. I don't like the Cosmic login screen. It looks trash. I think it's fine. I don't use login screens that much anyway. I just kind of like... I boot everything from the TTY. Install Cosmic on a Fedora, it works. I'm not going to install it on Fedora. Do you want to know why? Because if they provide an ISO for testing, and the ISO for testing has issues, then that's a problem that would need to be dealt with. I don't know why they suggested... If this is how it operates in a virtual machine, and only in a virtual machine, they shouldn't have told anyone to test in a VM. Not having a display manager is a safety issue, in my opinion. Nah, I would disagree. Things are responsive to my SSD, GPU parts with QEMU. That's the other thing, right? Like, I'm not going to test on an SSD. It should also behave properly on... are you in GNOME boxes? I am now. It should also behave properly on a hard drive as well. If your software doesn't behave properly on a hard drive, it's bad software. Oh, why the hell did we full screen? Okay. You know what? Because someone said so. We're gonna just do an apt upgrade. Maybe that changes something. I'm so stupid, I disabled pack. Why would you do that? Okay, that seems like it's fine. I think it's just the settings. I honestly think the problems are just the settings. You have to upgrade. Why would I need to upgrade? They provided the ISO with the thing installed so you can test it. You have to apt update, then okay, I don't use Debian nonsense. Apt update. Okay, there we go. We'll let that do its thing. Yeah, it seems like it's not actually right. It might actually just be the way settings works. Haven't had settings issues on bare metal. That's interesting. Huh. That's weird. Because, I'm doing that, it seemed like it worked fine. Like, this is not having any issue whatsoever. And then, I guess we can upgrade? Here we go. Yeah, this is not having an issue doing writes. So I don't think it's write issues. I think it actually is the settings. Like, this is operating exactly like it should be. So it's definitely not write issues then. If it wasn't on, we wouldn't see the desktop. Brodie, it's your system that's the problem right now. Maybe it is. Maybe it actually is my system and everything else is much smoother for other people. Entirely possible. This is not a hard drive issue. It has nothing to do with being on a hard drive. As you can see from the upgrade, the upgrade working just fine. Having issues outside of custom shortcuts and BAM. Outside. Okay, so you have had issues with custom shortcuts then. What's wrong with SSD? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them, but you shouldn't need to buy one. If There we go. We'll do a reboot. There we go. Interestingly, Cosmic Greeter fails my virtual machine, so I can't really test it. I test the Cosmic ISO. If you don't have hardware acceleration on, Cosmic won't run. Like, at all. So make sure you have it enabled. This is why the people saying make sure you have hardware acceleration enabled are annoying me. Because they're not even paying attention to how Cosmic works. Crazy chat suggesting all kinds of nonsense issues. Yeah, I know, right? Yo! How's it going? Okay. If settings app is busted, if the settings app is busted, can you just kill its process and restart it? I guess you could. But you still need it to be working at some point. Okay. Let's see if this has any different response. Okay. Let's go into the settings. It seems like everything else right now is like a lot smoother. Okay, except that. Except that one. Okay. Let's change that. Yeah, it seems like anytime I change a setting, it dies. It's not dying as much. I will ban you from... I will ban the next person who says hardware acceleration. Okay. It seems like it's not as slow, but it's definitely still weirdly slow. So, oh, right. Here's the other thing. You actually can apply your settings to GNOME apps. You can't apply this to Qt stuff right now. Which, the main reason why you can't do that is just because they just don't have that available. That's the only reason. So, theoretically, we can also change our icons to other ones. So, let's change it to... GNOME. Wait, what is this icon set? Why have they included this? Why have they included this icon set? What are you... Why is that there? Ubuntu Mono... I probably should set it to the dark version, not the light version. Why have they included that? Wait, that's not what that icon... That's not what that... Okay, whatever. It seems like that's working quicker. People over the age of 65 love those icons. Apparently. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. The anti-GNOME includes all the icon sets. So is there anything you guys want me to have a look at? Tiling? Oh, we haven't had a look at tiling yet, have we? Set your CPU cores to 10, not 12. That may help. I hate you. Please reset the color. Okay, you know what? Let's go reset the color. Why not? Settings. And can we actually... Is there a reset button? Reset to default. Here we go. Okay, and now we wait. Okay. I'll put it back on square because I kind of like square. Tiling shortcut is Control Y? Control Y. What a weird binding. Why is it Control Y? It's a fine binding, I guess. Why not? Fair. Okay, so... Okay. I don't know the bindings to open any applications. We're gonna do it like this. So I guess we can move that around like that. swap... Oh. Oh. What? Okay, that's... You know what? I don't hate that. I don't hate having that as an option. Huh. So you have the option of both moving windows around in a group like this, but also swapping windows around in a more typical way you'd expect from tiling. Huh. I actually really like that tiling. Or rotate is cool. You can take the whole group as a tile as well. How do you do that? What is the binding for that? Let's put this over. Oh, no, we want to move that over here. Okay. And I guess let's go to shortcuts. Window tiling. Okay. Toggle orientation. What is orientation? Oh, so that's another binding to rotate it. Can you remove window decorations? No. Not that I don't want to remove it. You can't remove it. Workspace 2 is floating. It doesn't really... No, it doesn't really matter anyway. I just want the, I just wanted it to be there. It's a super M to maximize. Okay. So, what if we rotate the orientation of this one? Oh, okay, so that... Okay, so the... If we spawn a window while focused on that one, what opens? Where does it go? Lots of wasted space down the bottom. You can disable this. You don't need this to be here. Settings. Oh, it's over here. Right. What am I doing? Dock. Disable. There you go. Dock's gone now. You don't need that to be there. I have it there because I don't know the bindings to open anything. Why is that wide now? Wait, what? Eh? Hold up. Disable dock. Enable dock. Why is it wide? And then we go back, and now it shrinks. It seems like if you disable it while on a full screen window and re-enable it, it doesn't shrink down properly. Yeah, like when it has like a refresh moment, it fixes itself. Can we make... Well, I would say, can we make the dock smaller? But we can't because it freezes every time I try to change a setting like that. So we actually can't make it smaller. we have to wait quite a long time for that to happen. I also don't like that small to large is a bar instead of like a number. I prefer it being like an actual, like, this is the number it's going to be. Just click the slider. Maybe that works. Oh, that's slightly less scuffed. Yeah, that's definitely a lot less scuffed. I don't like that it's a slider without numbers, though. Alright, let's make it a bit bigger. No, I'm fine with a slider. I just wanted to tell me, like, what is this size? So if we go auto hide, how does that work? Okay, so I guess... Okay, so, and then if we go to workspace 3, is it going to be visible? Yes. Okay, you know what? What video card am I using? I've got an AMD GPU. I don't entirely hate that. I don't use a dock much anyway, so it's not really a big deal to me. Oh, we also can move it. So I can put it, like, over on the left-hand side if I want to. So I can do, like, the Ubuntu thing. And can we... How do we stretch it? How do I make it go the entire thing? Extend dock to screen edges. Here we go. Just join. How stable is it? In a virtual machine, the settings does not work at all. Like, it's very, very slow. Like, unusably slow. Wobbly windows, not a thing. Does fractional scaling work yet? Yes. Okay, so now we have the bar on the side. That looks really weird with a floating panel. I'm gonna disable the floating panel. Wait, I wonder if we can make this auto hide. Wait. Panel. Can we make auto hide panel? Yes. I personally am not a big fan of auto hiding panel. Like, the way... Alright, I was just going to disable the floating. Gap between... One thing I find really interesting is that a lot of the settings are, like, very descriptive rather than, like, floating panel and things like that. Ugh, what? That shouldn't happen. Wait, why does that overlap? That should... Alpha software, that's... Panel can, sit under dock. Because what should be happening is the dock should be extending to where the panel is and then stopping. I wonder if we... Wait, I wonder if it's like the order of operations. So if we disable the dock and then re-enable, I wonder if that'll fix it. It doesn't. Nope. Let's open a window here. Like, it's still being rendered there just fine. Wait. Eh? Oh, I don't like that. Wait, what? How does this auto hide work? Hold up. So, usually... This is a weird auto hide. This is a very odd auto hide. I've never seen auto hide work like this. Usually auto hide hides it until you move your cursor there, not hides it until you drag a window. Because is it resizing a window as well, or is it just dragging? Why can't I grab the edge? Oh, no, that's a weird thing. Okay. So the edge grabbing is wrong. I'll show you what I mean. So here is KDE. If you want to resize a window, the grab is along the outside edge. And this is the way it works on, like, most things. Windows does the same thing as well. It's on the internal edge. I think that's no? Maybe? I don't think so. Maybe? Maybe it is? Is it? Because we can grab this just fine. And I'm not seeing any other weird issues. No, it seems like it's lining up just fine where I've got my cursor. So I think it is just on the internal edge. That's odd. That is very weird. I don't like that. Yeah, but that's definitely on the internal edge. Internal edge on my VM2. The edge is cosmic. Cosmic is edging. Huh. Oh, one thing I also don't like is... Okay, let me just disable auto hide so we can actually see the fucking dock. Where is it? Automatically hide, and then... let's go... Panel... I think the outline is truly an outline in the sense that it does not belong to the window, so it makes sense. I guess technically that makes sense. I also really don't like its click to focus. Click to focus really bothers me. Also, never mind, chaotic AUR Cosmic is not updated. Yeah, if it's not updated, I definitely can't run it. Didn't test it, or a hover focus equals king. It absolutely is. Okay, there we go. Now it's back. The other thing I don't like is the way that... How do I quit a window? I'm just going to close them like this. I also don't like the way that workspaces function. So, they're weird. I think weird is the best way to put it. So, right now we have one workspace. And the workspaces are auto-generated, right? As you need them, they're generated. So we can't actually swap between the workspaces. Now, the way the workspaces are made is odd. Yeah, it must be an auto-hide issue. So, if we... Right now, there's one. If we make a window, now there is two. Okay. If we delete the window... Now we can swap, but now we're back to one. So it always has one more workspace than the numbers of windows on it always has one more workspace than the number of workspaces that have windows. If that makes sense. So it normally starts with 0 windows open. Therefore, there is one workspace. If you have a window open, then it makes a second workspace. If we have a window open here, now we have a third workspace. So you always have an empty workspace. How do you guys feel about that? Because personally, I like static workspaces. I don't really like auto-generated workspaces. That's how it works on GNOME? Okay. If that's how it works on GNOME, it makes sense why they're doing it here. Probably in the settings? It's not in the settings. Anything you're going to say is probably in the settings. Probably is not in the settings, because there's a lot of things not in the settings. The number of workspaces is configurable? It's not. Unless I'm stupid and missed it. I'm pretty sure it's not. This is the only things configurable for workspaces. No, the text settings. What? What text settings? One empty workspace. The config files, not the settings menu. Okay, if there's a way to do it in the config files, sure. But there's no documentation on the config files, so I effectively assume the config files don't exist. Until they have documentation, until there's a wiki that explains how the config files work, they might as well not exist. If like you could find it, awesome, and you know where it is, great. But like to the regular user, until there's documentation on them, they basically don't exist. Also, let's change this to horizontal so it's actually going the direction I want it to go. There we go, much better. Now I'm not gonna get disorientated. Oh, that's weird. Hold up. Wait, let's take this to workspace. Okay, so you can have a blank workspace 1, though. Huh? Wait. So this should... Oh, because there's a minimized window. Oh, okay, so even if there is a minimized window, it will still count as there being a window on that desktop. This seems like a needlessly complex way to do window management. Just do static. Same as GNOME there. Okay, so it is just GNOME's way of doing it. Huh. I don't like it, but if GNOME's doing it like that, I guess it makes sense. So if the person who asked, is there a GNOME-like overview? We have a workspace overview. We have an application launcher. This can't be full screen, though. Can we move it? No. This is like a static thing. So this can't be full screened, and yeah. In GNOME, we don't minimize windows. Minimize behavior is cursed. I don't hate the way that it has minimized windows in like the dock down here. I think you can remove that, actually. Hold up. Let's see. Theoretically, you can just endlessly add new workspaces that you do more things, but a lot of that is around the idea that you don't have shortcuts to particular workspaces. Right, I was going to disable that in the dock, wasn't I? Dock. Configure dock applets. Can we remove that? It should be in a folder called Cosmic in .config. Okay, yeah, you can get rid of minimized windows if you don't want to see it. Can you add duplicates of the same applet? No. I guess that's sensible. It would be kind of funny if you could have duplicate applets. And I guess would there ever be a reason why you'd want it? I don't think so. I don't think there's a reason why you'd want that. Wait, can you grab a window with the mouse and change the workspace? Do you mean like this? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the other thing that I think is kind of weird is the way that mouse tiling works. So let's just add another window here. So if we hold meta and then drag a window, it brings it up like this. So, okay, I don't fully understand how this works. So if you want to just, if you drag it here, it puts it down there, and then you can like rotate it around. So it's like you're pushing the window around, which is odd. And then you can stack a window somehow, sometimes. But it's like really awkward. Do you have to come out from the bottom or something? No. Do you come out from like the middle? Wait. Oh, hold up. You might have to come out from the middle. Okay. So the middle is where you do that. Is it here as well? Middle? No. So there's like a margin by the looks of it where it'll stack or it'll rotate. That's odd. I see what they're trying to do. I don't think it's bad. I think it's just weird. I don't think it's bad. It's something you have to, like, get used to with it. Also, yes, you can stack windows like this as well. Wait. Okay, so that's a lot easier to do when you're on a floating desktop. When you're on a floating desktop, it's very easy. It just works. When you're on a tiling, though, on tiling, things get weird. So in this one, you don't drag it to the center, you drag it to the bar, though. But yeah, window stacks, can we, like, cycle between them like this? Ah, you can. I like that. That actually is nice. Hold shift? Hold shift as in when? When are we holding shift? Like in the tiling one? Oh, you don't need to hold super, sorry. I thought you did. Oh, wait, do you hold super here? No? No? That is definitely... Oh! Okay. I don't think that works incredibly well. Super shift on floating. Okay. Oh, I meant to close the thing, not the other thing I meant to do. So, super shift. Why are we... What's the point of doing super shift? It's not changing anything. Like, we can drag from here, sure. I'm not sure what you're trying to get me to do with super shift. Like, yeah, you can drag it there, like, normally, but you can do that anyway. I bet tiling has to be fully occupied by open windows. I bet in tiling, the desktop has to be fully occupied by open windows. What? In tiling mode, it should definitely be on a modifier. Yes, it should be. That's actually a good point. So the way... So it should be like should be something like when you drag it like this, it rotates. It only rotates, and then you hold down like shift or something, and then it only stacks, and then you hold down alt, and it only swaps. I think that would work really well. Super shift and touch the window to the edges. What? Oh yeah, you can do. Oh no, you don't need to super. What do you touch the windows to? What do you? What do you mean touch the windows to the edges? There's no binding on super shift. That doesn't do anything special. I'm not sure what you're saying. Can you do a stack in a stack? No. Because if you try to press the stacking binding when it's like that, it will break the stack. Oh, yeah, you have that as well. Yeah, you do have window snapping. But I think you can use the tiling bindings for that as well, yeah. So the window snapping bindings are the same bindings you have for that. So it uses the same key bindings in a lot of places where it contextually makes sense. So I think... Wait, hold up. Can you use super arrow in here? Yes, you can. So if you want to use, instead of H, J, K, and L, you can use this by default. Or you could just rebind them. That is also an option. I had some issues on a laptop with Intel graphics. Cosmic Desktop flickers for me. Like this flicker? Like that sort of flicker? Because, yes, I'm seeing that on my virtual machine as well. Cross floating and tiling. People are just trying cosmic GNOME bindings. Well, yeah, a lot of the bindings are similar across that. Bro, do you know if the devs are going to add compiz desktop effects when they get to a release? Maybe they still need to do an alpha 2. They're so far away from even doing that yet. Like, let them get the core basic stuff ironed out first, like the settings working properly. Oh, actually, one thing that's weird is when you search for stuff, a lot of the settings show up with, like, these blank spaces here. And I think what that's supposed to be is, like, a setting that's there that's just not showing, or maybe it wants you to, like, expand the menu out. Like, it looks, when I look at it like that, it looks broken. Oh, speaking of a thing that hasn't actually got anything in there just yet. Systems and accounts. This is another one. So this is just a stub right now. There is no user configuration that is present. Does the variable does flicker happen if variable refresh rate is disabled? Have we got it's? I'm in a virtual machine, so I can't imagine it just tried to enable it by default. Maybe it did. Display. Can we disable it? I don't think we can. Unless it doesn't show a setting here unless you have variable refresh rate in here. Oh, no, there's a lot of things that are... There are a lot of things that are missing. Is this 120% scale? No, this is 100%. We can set it to 125. There you go. There's 125. Boom. Now we have scaling. Now we have 200. Are you happy now? Should we just do the rest of it like this? This is an option. We could do that. Let me set back to... Let's set to 50. I'm going to do the rest like this. I love the left thing, which has different color ends at the top bar. There we go, 100. 200% is Cosmic Tablet Desktop. I'll be back in just a sec. Ugh. Yeah, there's some settings with stubs, like the firmware on systems account. Yeah, I knew there would be a lot of... Yeah, this one as well has nothing there. I'll be back in a sec. Brodie died. He did. Taking into account that they contributed a lot to Iced. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Iced came back, like, came to life because Cosmic decided they wanted to work on stuff. Super shift numbers? Yes. Three? Wait. It was working. Oh, why did it not work before? Am I stupid? Wait, why is that generating a new... Wait, why is that... Wait, hold up. So this window's here. Hold up. Why is that following? Wait, what? Why? Why are two windows being moved there? No, we don't. Pinned windows aren't a thing. No, it's dragging the two windows together. Wait, hold up. And no? What? Why is it not now? Okay, it is now. Wait, that window's following. Now, what? Okay. Okay, it didn't follow. Wait, that window came instead. Why is that following? Is it because they're overlapping? Or is that a different binding? Or does that move? Wait, hold up. Is that moving the entire... That might just be me not understanding the setting. Hold on, let me just check the settings. Pac-Man runs the settings menu. Exactly. Apparently, because I'm using video, I'd have to set up vGPU to add hardware acceleration. Is there a place to edit or at least view the hotkeys? Yes, in the settings menu. That is here. Shortcuts. And move windows? Yeah, move window to work. Super Shift 1 is move window. So Super Shift 1... Hold up. Oh, hold up. I think I got it. I think I know what's happening. I don't know what's happening anymore. Wait. Okay, so if I do Super Shift 1 and I'm not clicking the mouse, only that window comes with us. Right? Super Shift 2, it goes back. If I'm holding down the mouse, the window follows. So it seems like it's grabbing... I wonder if it's like if we have another window here. Hold up. Is it like when you hold the mouse, does it drag the entire... Okay, when you have the mouse here, it seems like it drags... No, it's only dragging one window, so it's not dragging the entire desktop. This window's staying here now. Okay, so this window is not moving, but this window is. So if you hold down the mouse and you do Super Shift number, it will drag another window along. That is weird. Yeah, like, if it dragged the entire workspace, I would assume it's a feature. That seems like a bug, though. Looks like it touches any window it's... drags window in any windows it's touching. I don't think it's any windows it's touching. I only think it's one. Because, yeah, it's not dragging this window. Unless... Is it like the one that's directly the layer below? No, because that one's still getting dragged. Maybe... Okay, let's put this one up here. That's still going. Wait, is it taking the last one you had focused? There it is! There it is. It's taking the last window you had focused. Huh. I don't think that's a feature. That does not feel like a feature to me. Wonder what the blue outline... No, you're... Okay, you know what? You can get a timeout because you're stupid. So, it's not dragging the currently focused window. It's dragging the one we had previously. If it was dragging only this window, that would be what it's doing. That would be what it's supposed to be doing. It's dragging this one as well. So yeah, that's definitely not intended. So all of that seems fine. Move window to previous display. I wonder if it happens with that one. Oh, I guess we can't do display ones. I wonder if it happens with move. Yeah, I wonder if it happens with these ones. So let's go add a binding. Super plus shift plus left. Or is that already a binding? Hold up. That is already a binding. Okay, we can't do that one. Let's just put it on Super Shift P. Is that doing anything? No. We'll just put it on there just for the sake of it. Did that bind it? Oh, no, we had to press enter. Right. Super Shift... Oh, wait, it is bound? Wait, it's saying there's nothing bound there. It's saying... Wait. That says disable, but it says there's a binding. Oh, no, just remember the last thing we had there. Okay, Shift plus P, enter. That's going to set the binding. A binding hasn't been set. Okay. One modified. So I guess that's saying that the binding is there now? So if we go Super Shift P... Okay, that takes the window just by itself. Let's go over here, and then... Why did I set it to P? This is a difficult one. Okay, let's put my focus on that one, focus on that one, and we use my pinky, and then we press that like that. No, so it only happens with this, with the numbered bindings. Interesting. Why does it only happen with the numbered bindings? Add keybind is not what you think it does. Add keybind is for... Okay, I'll show you. Add keybind is for adding, like, another one. I guess that also saves it as well. That's weird. So if you have, like, a... Oh, no, it doesn't save it, because it's still set to disabled. Yeah, so that doesn't do it either. So you need to make sure you press enter. Yeah, I really don't like the way they're handling shortcut. Like, I like a lot of what they're doing with shortcuts. I don't like the way they're handling saving them. This is definitely very jank. Especially considering that a lot of the other settings are like auto-saved. Pressing return. They forgot to handle save? They definitely did. Well, they forgot to handle you press the super key and it adds it to your settings as well. So there's a lot of things about setting that it's like very scuffed right now. Brodie, try and move to previous workspace while holding the window. That's what I tried before, and it doesn't have the same issue. So it's only numbered. Huh. Let's have a look at some of the other shortcuts. Window tiling. Oh, so there's a binding for specifically setting floating. So that's now floating. And if we tile it... I wonder, wait, hold up. If we drag it over here, does that tile onto this side? I wonder. No. Okay, so it just adds it into the next point on the tiling layout. Yeah, the configs are like a mix of... I guess it's not JSON, it's like a JSON-esque format and single line settings. So swap window, already tested a lot of those ones. Navigation. So this is just your focusing stuff. Window focus in? Window focus in. What does that mean? Window focus in? Out. Is that zooming? What is that? What does focus in and focus out mean? Because I'm not seeing it do anything. Oh, wait, that did something. Oh, is that how we do groups? Oh, wait. Okay, no, this actually is a useful feature. Okay, so out, and now we can move the group. Yes, okay. Okay, that's what that is. And then out again, and then I guess we could move all of that over to... No, we can't move it all into work. Why can't we move it all into the work? Wait, you. I would have assumed that you could then drag the entire thing over to the workspace, but no. You can only drag a single window, which feels like it's not how I would assume that functions. Can we drag the entire thing? Like, can we... No, okay, so if you try to drag a window, it goes down to a single focus. That would be a super cool feature if it worked fully. What about stack? What do you mean, what about stack? Like, can you drag an entire stack? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because a stack is just a single window. There we go. Because this is... How do we drag it? Here. Yeah, that's just a single window. So that drags just fine. No issue at all. Focus groups in and out. Allow moving group to workspace. Adding the feature to move groups to workspace would be amazing. Yeah, that would be super cool. Wait. Oh, that's odd. Wait, so stacks are treated like groups as well. That's... I know a lot of their bindings, like, behave on, like, everything. So I guess that also behaves in the same way. Previous output, that works as you would expect. Yeah, that's all fine. Like i3, kinda? In what way? What does i3 do that's similar? I haven't used i3 in a while. Whatever you try to move the whole group, like, drag the group. If we try to drag the group, it breaks it out into a single window. Unless... Wait, hold up. Unless you drag it, like... No. Okay, I thought maybe it was because I was pressing the meta key. No, if you drag a window from the group, it drags the entire thing. I wonder if you can, like, how do groups work on a floating desktop? I wonder. Let's grab one here. Do groups work on a floating desktop? No. Okay, groups don't work on floating desktops. Which I guess makes sense. Stacking windows really feel like a game changer to me. I like stacking windows. There's a lot of... On X11, there are some apps to do this. But having this be built natively into the desktop is really cool. Unstack the stack, then try selecting the top group panel. Unstack the stack. Wait, toggle stack when focus is on a... Oh! Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Okay, I really don't like the way that mouse stacking works. Unstack the... Wait, toggle the stack when when focus is on the group. So if we do that, and then we unstack... Oh! Okay. That's something. So if we hold up, if we are focused here and we group like that, we can stack those together. Okay, that is really cool. I would really like the ability to move an entire stack together. But that is really cool to have. Is there a limit on what you can stack? Are there apps not compatible? I think from what I can tell, no. It seems like it just does everything. Oh yeah, for a lot of things they have Vim bindings. Again, you can rebind things though. So if you don't like the Vim bindings, you can just change them. Careful, David. He doesn't like caps. I'm fine with caps. I'm not fine with stupid comments that ignored what was actually happening. Okay, that actually is a really cool feature. Can you start another instance of Cosmic Desktop as a window? I don't know what the command is to start Cosmic. Because the answer is probably, but I don't... Actually, wait, let's try to add a custom shortcut. Hold up. The settings froze again. Add shortcut. So this lets you bind arbitrary commands. Okay, so you can just write a command here. Sweet. Sorry I comment random things. No, that's fine. I absolutely okay. It gives me more things I can mess around with. Cosmic File Layout, we wanted to try it, but didn't want to compile it from source. There is the ISO available on the the Popper West website. BRB moving to Cosmic. I think there's a lot of things about this to like, but it's very explicitly an alpha, right? Never forget, this is an alpha. Do you know how to close a tiled window, like with a binding? I don't know what the binding is. Shortcut. What is the manage windows? Super Q. That's what happened. Super Q. What did I press? I must have pressed something. Oh, I must have changed workspace. I must have hit the one key. I personally prefer Super Shift Q, but again, it's a non-issue, right? Like, you can rebind that. Super C. Super C doesn't do anything. I think the bindings are mostly sensible. I like Super F to open up or to maximize rather than resize window outwards. What does that do? Wait, resize window outward. Ooh. Okay. So that's a stupid binding if you're in floating, right? Like, you can just grab these. Wait. Okay, what? Okay, that doesn't seem to work properly in this. Wait. Super R. There we go. So you don't grab it, you use your arrow keys for that. Can we use HJKNL? Yes, we can. And then we go that, and that can shrink it. So that's very similar to i3, where you have different layers for resizing. Does super number access the application? Do you super number? No, because that's changing workspaces. A control number? Maybe. No. Window resizing like i3. Dock. Why does it look so much like i3? Because System 76 made it, and they've been using i3 on their operating system for 7 years. That's why. That's the honest reason why. Okay, I actually really like that. That is nice. Oh, so there is a sticky window option. So let's set this to... Is Super Y doing anything? Yes, right. Super I. Let's set it to Super I. Add a key binding. Super plus I. And then enter. Got an app a bit. Enjoy your day. No transparency. There is transparency on the... Oh! Okay. Right. Okay, so it does tell you if you're overlapping. So... Super... What the hell? What's something that I'm not using? Super T bound to anything. Yes, the terminal. Super P. We're bringing it back. Yep, Super P it is. The only safe binding we can use that I know is not being on anything. Not too bad for an alpha. There is a lot of weird things with the settings. That save? Is that saved? I don't actually know. Okay, yes it is. So, thank you for the dono. I know nothing about this D. Is it something like GNOME and i3 came together? Effectively. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So now if we do Super P... Okay, so there's no visual indication of sticky windows. You just know it's sticky because it follows. Because in KDE they have like this little pin thing to indicate it's sticky. I wouldn't trust Super Shift T. That doesn't do anything. You think that... Have you used i3? Because, yes, they're weird, but they're basically the same thing as i3. There's only blur in the terminal. So let's go Super P. And then we can go here. Yep, sweet. If we go edit file. Settings. Here we go. Am I dumb? Ah, background opacity. Here we go. There you go. Now you have a clear one. Let's put it here. There you go. Background blur. Oh, sorry. Background opacity. I don't think it has blur. Does it have blur, actually? Hold up. Does it have blur? No. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like blur with transparency without blur. Transparency without blur feels buggy to me. It just looks odd. Blur my shell. Yeah, just start bringing back GNOME extensions. Rice in the alpha, let's go. I would, but there's a lot of settings that are... It's hard to change settings because it freezes the settings every time I try to do something. Transparency without blur is unreadable. Yeah, I agree. I wonder what happened with stacking Firefox. We can check. Here you go. Firefox is stacking. There you go. Now you have tabs for your tabs. There you go. Look at that. You can have tabs upon tabs upon tabs. It does what you would expect it to. Ah, and when you quit a window, in a stack, is there a binding to quit the stack? Like, you can obviously unstack the windows, but is there a binding to quit the entire stack? Because I don't think there is. No, Super Q kills the single window. That's what I was saying. I don't think there's a binding for the entire stack. Unless maybe... Hold up. Wait, I have an idea. I think this goes back to what I was saying before. New window, and then we go... We can't change the depth in floating, so we can't actually do it like that. But if we do this, and then... No. Okay, so we can't quit a group like that. Can we do that in tiling? Hold up. New window, new window. If we go like that, and can we quit like 2 windows at the same time? No. Okay, so grouping right now basically only operates on like, as a way to like make stacks. Like you can't really do anything else with grouping. Which, that's clearly not their full intention. Is this in a VM? Yes, it is. Low-key seems like a no plus to me. Not right now. There's a lot of things about it that are very alpha. Again, it's an alpha. They should be alpha. That's the point. Try open Super Tux cart. I don't have it installed in the VM. Tiling mode respects full screen, as in, what do you specifically mean there? Wait, hold up. Do they have a difference between full screen and maximize? I don't think they have a concept of window full screening. Because those are technically different concepts. So that's a maximize. Obviously, if you go to YouTube and you full screen there, you can full screen.
Switch to Chrome to stay in sync across.
Shut up. So yeah, full screen works, but you can't full screen a window. I wonder why they chose to do that. That seems odd to me. Okay, hold up. We found a fun one. So you can use your maximize binding on a full screen window, and it does something that probably shouldn't happen. Can we drag this around as a window? What if we super Y here? Hold up. I think we've broken Cosmic. Hold up. I think we've done it. Super T. Okay, if you open a window, it breaks you out of it. Okay, let's try. So, if you're in full screen and you maximize... Wait, it didn't work this time. Why did it not work this time? Wait, we had it working. What happened? Full screen. Okay, there we go. No, it did work this time. And then tiling. Okay, so sometimes you can. Clearly this is not intended. You shouldn't be able to do this. Maximize binding should be breaking you out of full screen. It shouldn't be putting you back into like a mini full screen, in like this half full screen, half unmaximized mode. That is definitely a an alpha kink. You undid the soup. Does F11 work? Okay, hold up. They do have a full screen binding. Hold up. Okay, take back what I said. So, why the hell is it... Or is that specifically in Firefox? That's for Firefox. Okay. I've never pressed F11 to full screen Firefox. So yeah, that's definitely a problem. This shouldn't happen. It only happens sometimes as well, which is also kind of funny. I wonder why it only happens sometimes. Oh, we can pop out the window. And there we go. That's working just fine. So window pop-outs aren't doing anything weird. Can we maximize that? Yes. Okay. So yeah, window pop-outs work like they should. Happy to see that's not breaking. Oh, so it is a binding then. Wait. Can we search bindings? No, you can't search bindings. Wait, so... Is that a binding in Cosmic then? But you can't change it? I'm confused. Because I'm not seeing F11 anywhere in the bindings. What? Wait, so F11 you can full screen the... Like, actually full screen the windows. Nothing happens when you press F12. But where is the binding in... Actually, can you search bindings? It just didn't show up for that one. No, you can't search bindings. Can you stack the pop? Can you stack the pop out? Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's see. But in the terminal, it doesn't work. Okay, so is it like a kind of half binding then? Does it work in this one? Okay, so... Huh. That it leaves me even more intrigued. Let's bring my stream back up again. Okay, so we want to pop out the window. And can we make a stack of... Well, there's your answer. Wait. And then we go like that. There you go. Yes. Yes, you can. Now, what if we kill Firefox? That should theoretically kill this window. Okay. Okay, it's not trying to, like, keep the thing open. Did you search? No, so you can search binding names? It's not there anyway. There is no binding called full screen. Let me just make sure that works. Maximize. Yeah, okay, so we can search for maximize. So there's clearly a binding for doing full screen, but you can't set it? Or maybe it's, is it a toolkit level thing? I doubt it's a toolkit level thing. That would be weird. Surely not. It's gotta be for the actual, like, applications, right? Ice setting the keybinds is the only thing that makes sense to me if it's not showing up there. Does the pop-out tile if you're not in floating? Oh, can you tile the pop-out? I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to. And then we do that. And now Firefox is not going to open. Or it's not going to load the site. I have this problem happening on my own version of Firefox. Where it just decides at some point, it just doesn't want to load a website. And now we wait. It is app-based, doesn't work on Kvantum Manager. Huh. Okay, so we're gonna pop out the window. And yeah, there you go, tiles. It probably shouldn't tile by default. But currently there are not window rules. You're gonna open the settings? Yeah, so window rules are not a thing yet. So yeah. It can't override things. Why are my settings not opening now? No rules. Are we rising? Oh, there we go. So yeah, no rules, which is a problem, but because I kind of like window rules. Morning, Brodie from the Netherlands. It's 7 a.m. Good afternoon. It is 2:51 p.m. here. F11 seems like a toolkit thing. Okay. But it doesn't work in the terminal. Does this have Thunderbird in it? Yes, it does. It doesn't work there. Huh. Are there... I think they might just not exist full stop. Probably the terminal eating the key press. Well, when I did it in the terminal, it was saying it was saying tilde. So it's clearly doing something with those keys. F11 seems standard on GNOME. And now we have to wait a year for Thunderbird to open. It is at 2:51 p.m. I am not doing this at 3 in the morning. What's wrong with Alt-Tab? You can do Alt-Tab as well. That's also an option. So if we open this here, and we can go boom, Alt-Tab. You can either Alt-Tab... Wait, how are you supposed to do that? Wait. This seems broken. Wait, hold up. Let me explain something. So, if we do Alt-Tab, there's this binding here to press Control-1, Control-2. But you can't press Control-1 or Control-2 because as soon as you let go of the Alt key, it closes. That... Don't let go of... So press Alt and then Control-1. Alt and then Control-2. That's stupid. So it's not actually Control-1. It's actually Alt Control-1. So this is wrong. Alt-Tab prompt is incorrect. Because you can do it on this one. And this one does work fine. Because in here, you can press Control-1, Control-2 just fine. But in the Alt-Tab version, that closes when you let go of Alt. The Meta version, that doesn't close when you let go of Meta. So it's correct internally, but the way Alt-Tab functions, it can't function it can't function when you let go of Alt. Yeah, they're using the same widget. This is something they mentioned in the thing they did. The Alt-Tab is just the launcher without the search bar. Can you try Control F11? On the terminal? On the terminal window. Control F11. Alt. Oh, wait. Alt F11. No, it just prints out. It just prints out a cute little symbol. It's a cat with its tongue poking out. Control Shift F11. Control Shift Meta Alt F11. No. Probably a terminal thing. Terminal's weird. Check out screenshotting. I had not even considered doing that. Hold up. Screenshot. How do I screenshot? I pressed print screen, but that didn't screenshot. Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. So. Wait. And then, I guess, so that's going to capture the entire monitor. Capture. Okay. Print screen. And let's do is that window capture? What does that mean? What does this mean? None of this has tooltips. Region window screen. It locked up. I think. It balked. My desktop hasn't frozen, by the way. It's just the VM. No, it didn't pause to take a screenshot. It's frozen. We can't press capture. Oh. Yes. What is it? Ah, here we go. So we press that one. Okay. I'm gonna have to test this on hardware. I really do. Because I want to believe these are VM issues. Is this Wayland? It is only Wayland. This is GNOME boxes. The future is now, old man. Okay, there we go. We can drag that. And then capture. There we go. And if we go to our thing, go to pictures. How much RAM does Cosmic use? It's probably not enough for it to matter. I don't think HTOP's installed by default. Is it? No. The fuck? Why? Oh, remember when we opened Thunderbird 10 minutes ago? Oh. I don't even care about the binding anymore. I don't even care. HTOP. Here we go. Oh, so it remembers the last setting you had. No, it's got 12 cores. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. You like... I I think the best thing about this is the way the tiling system works and the floating system works. Yeah, the screenshots, the screenshots are screenshots. They look like screenshots. They behave like screenshots. I got nothing to write home about with the screenshots. I do like the window capture. Being able to capture a specific window is very nice. Hit space in the file explorer. Okay. That's cool. I like that. That actually is kind of nice to have, and I probably would use that a lot. Can you do multiple at once? No. I thought maybe... Oh, it's like a full image viewer. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's actually really cool. You know what? I don't know if I know of a file manager that does that. Hit space once and arrow keys. So you don't have to have them selected. You can just cycle through the entire folder. That's really cool. Best file manager? Well, no, not really, because you can't actually select. There's a lot of things missing from the file manager, but clearly some of the engineers working on the file manager are like, hey, let's work on the really cool shit, and we'll do the stuff that matters later. Like, that is how this feels to me, right? It's like, yeah, we don't have a context menu that has show hidden files, and there's like a lot of other basic features missing. But let's integrate a full-on fucking image viewer into our file manager. Is there Alt plus mouse up and down to zoom the desktop? I don't think there's any desktop zoom. Can we zoom the file manager? Can we change the icon size in the file manager? Is that a thing? Control plus. Okay, so we can do that. How much can we do it? Quite a bit. How... Is there... I don't know if... Wait, hold up. With the file manager, I don't know if there's a file view. Like, instead of having thumbnails, an actual just file view mode. List view. Yes, there is. Okay, cool. Making color accent does not crash settings on bare metal. Okay. I'll definitely have to test it on bare metal then. Show hidden files ain't basic to Windows users. It is pretty basic to Linux users though. Is the list view setting global? Actually, hold up. I wonder. Let me just check something. Let's go to here. Let's go... I just went to a website. Doesn't matter which one. Let's go... Save link as. What does it open? They have a file... They have the integration for the Cosmic File Manager. Have you tested GNOME app theming? I haven't, but my understanding is it basically just works. Hi, YouTube. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. Portals work. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Is there anything else? Is there anything else worth testing that we haven't really messed around with? How's animations and transitions? They seem mostly fine. When things aren't freezing. I don't like the animations they use, personally. But the animation, like this one's fine. But like the animation they use for full screen, it like makes the window really big and then stretches it down, sort of. Like the text gets really enlarged and then it shrinks back down. I don't know if that's a VM stuff or it's just like weird animation they do. How is it to game on? It probably as good as KDE is. We need wobbly windows. We need no. You know what we need? We need window shadows. Are there window? I feel like there were window shadows in one of the demos. Is that? Am I doing something wrong? And they do exist, or are there just no window shadows? Because if you have window shadows, they should be enabled by default. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have them enabled by default. Maybe a VM. I doubt it. Has anyone else, unless... No, there's definitely not window shadows. I thought maybe they're like really tiny. How large can you make the window hint? Well, we're gonna have to wait here a long time because it takes like a minute every time I change the setting. The answer is probably as big as you want. Can you test a Qt app? Can you, well, it's gonna work. What do you mean, can you test it? Yeah, that's still going. The settings are really bad in the virtual machine. I have to check. I'm honestly, I don't know if it's a virtual machine problem or a hard drive problem. It would be very funny if this is another desktop that does not respect hard drives. It would be very, very funny. But at least, unlike KDE, it wouldn't be a problem they've had for 10 years that they just never fixed. It's not this slow, that's the thing. Because I do stuff outside the virtual machine and it's fine. The answer is yes. As big as you want? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 7:33 AM and I install Cosmic Alpha. It's still trying to set this. It's quite buggy for me, but I'm still gonna try and update. It could just be a problem with it taking forever to render in the virtual machine. That also could be what it is, because it seems like it's only the settings where I'm changing something graphically. That's what I'm thinking it very well could be. Is there a notification daemon? Yes, there is. I assume it integrates with other notifications as well. The only way I could think, I can imagine doing is rewrite every setting every time you change something. It should just be changing the one atomic file. So what I'm thinking is every time I change something, unless the VM just has no graphics, it's just not being given any graphics memory, but I can't change that in GNOME boxes. Like, that's just not a setting that exists. And the problem was also happening on the other VM as well. So, even then, like, it shouldn't be causing an issue like that. Oh, and the entire VM's frozen now. Is there going to be a Fedora spin for Cosmic? Oh, okay, KDE. This is KDE dying this time. Okay. Yeah, it's all seems like I can't change anything in here to change like graphics memory. So, oh, KDE's dying now. Please, KDE, no, stop it. See, I know it's KDE dying because I'm actually seeing. Yeah, I think the VM. I think the VM's just died. I think the entire VM has died actually. Yeah, I think the entire thing's dead. Well, you know what? I wanted to end off the stream at some point anyway, so I think that might be a... Yeah, GNOME box has crashed. You know what? That's as good a way as any to end it off. Oh. Well, we've been going for like 3 hours now. I'm gonna test it more on hardware and just see what happens. I hope that a lot of those issues were virtual machine issues. I really do. Yeah, it is 3:10 p.m. here. Because if they are, it's not completely unusable. And if they are virtual machine issues, I really, really don't understand why it was ever suggested to test in a virtual machine. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go make some lunch, so enjoy the rest of your day, all that fun stuff. Actually, before we go, hold up. Before we go, let's actually send you guys somewhere. So hop on over to the Twitch side, and I'll send you guys on a raid. Anyone who wants to join in, here you go. Shut up, Brodie. Head over here. Head over to the Twitch side, and we will do that. Let's see what's actually live in the Linux section. Who is live right now? Anyone actually doing Linux stuff? Someone playing Yakuza. Arch Linux Nub. You know what? We can send all of you over there. So any of you that want to join on? I put that in the wrong chat. Why did I put that on the Twitch side? I'm stupid. Here we go. There you go. Correct chat this time. Any of you that want to join in the raid, head on over there. Let me just, got it. Let me copy the name. Let me copy the name, damn it. There we go. Much better. Cool. Where's my chat? Here it is. So, what is it? /raid? Yes, /raid. And we're going to head over to the, clearly you should raid 2 different channels on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube rating is weird and broken. And doesn't work properly. Oh, is that everyone we're going to have over here? I'll post the link again just in case it flies away. Here you go. Anybody else that wants to join in, head over to that link. What's raid? It's when we send you to another streamer and they get very happy about it because they suddenly have a big boost in viewers. Oh, God. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Looks like that might be everything heading over. Mass jump in, stream another streamer. Yeah. Or keep streaming for an hour and raid. Yeah, we could also do that. That's also an option. But I wanna get some food. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be everyone. Let's set the read up. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I will see you guys on the Twitch side later when that actually readies up and doesn't say the number that's wrong. Is that going to be everyone? Is that going to be everyone that Twitch says actually click the button? You guys on YouTube are still going to be around for just a moment. The Twitch people... Why is this number lying to me? I really doubt only 14 of the people... Because this is the number that was in the chat before. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, there are definitely 14 of us. Some people have joined raid. Yeah, every single one of them that joined. Cancel and try again. Yeah, we'll try that. Maybe that's /raid 90. I think that was, wait, hold it. That was the correct name. Let me just make sure I actually get the name correct and don't send you to some random other channel. That would be funny. That would be very funny if you just got to like another channel that I didn't even intend. Okay, here we go. Cool, we'll try that one more time. There we go. It's only gonna say 14. You know what? Sure. I don't know what number it actually thinks, even though it says there's 52 people here. Whatever, you know what? That's fine. Well, I will see you guys on the Twitch side later. Peace out. And you guys on the YouTube side are going to be here for just a moment. It's actually saying 14. Oh, he just went offline. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so good. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, so enjoy the rest of your day, all that fun stuff, and peace out.